angry ogre as opposed to the calm ones. The ground begins to shake with heavy, thudding footsteps. The trees ahead part to reveal a massive hulking figure, its face contorted with rage. Damn, even the trees are getting out of the way like, sorry! Excuse us! The creature's eyes wild with anger lock onto you the moment you come into view. With a deafening roar, the ogre charges. You're gonna be deaf permanently, buddy. Attack +7? Stop! Big miss. No, don't hit me. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Oh no, stop. There we go. Took him down, cut him to ribbons. He only hit me once. We got 14 more gold. Cha-ching. Elf warrior. A figure steps out from the shadows. An elf warrior clad in ornate brown and green armor that blends seamlessly with the force. His eyes, sharp and alert, lock onto you with a mix of suspicion and curiosity. You raise your hands in a gesture of peace, and after a tense moment, the elf relaxes slightly. It is unusual to see a human in this part of the forest, he says, explaining his reaction. If you are interested, I can teach you the skills of my kind, but it comes at a cost, he tells you, eyeing your gold pouch. What are you going to use all this gold for? 200 gold? You ain't that good. You ain't all that and a bag of potato chips, mister. Find my training elsewhere. Do I need somebody to train me? No. Haunted forests. You enter a new area. The trail of Queen Malvina's Knights has led you to a dark woods that are known to be home to many evil spirits. In the center, the Dark Heart awaits his next victim. The Dark Heart waits for his next victim. I don't like that. Nice for a change of pace, and feels like the pacing is pretty good on that. If I hadn't been stopping to read each thing, I would have gotten through that relatively quickly. The Haunted Forest. The Haunted Forest is a dark and eerie place, known to many as a location where only the bravest dare to venture. It is a place of myths and legends, but what many don't realize is that a malevolent creature called the Dark Heart has merged with the forest, waiting for its next victim. Maokai? I'm kidding. The Dark Heart has a reputation for being merciless, leaving those who dare cross its path with no chance of escape. Its powers are said to be so great that it can control the minds of its victims. Many have entered the Haunted Forest in search of adventure or treasures, but few have returned, and those who do are never the same again. They speak in hushed tones of the horrors they have witnessed, of the things that they have seen that cannot be explained. Despite the danger that the Dark Heart represents, many people still venture there, drawn by tales of riches and ancient artifacts that are said to be hidden within its depths. However, those who enter are warned to be cautious, for the Dark Heart is always watching and waiting for its next prey. Ooh. Good writing throughout. Really happy with it. Other than a couple things I think are grammatical errors. I don't consider myself, well, I consider myself to have a bit of talent in grammar and language, but I'm not an expert. First off, we have the Skeletal Warrior. You suddenly hear the sound of rustling leaves and snapping twigs. Your heart races as you prepare for a potential confrontation. You spot a skeleton clad in armor. The skeleton emerges from the darkness, its bone structure illuminated by faint light. It regards you with empty eye sockets, its expression menacing. You realize with a chill that this is no ordinary undead warrior, but a minion of the Dark Heart itself. Without warning, there was a little warning there. The Skeletal Warrior lunges at you, its movements quick and precise. How precise? An attack of +6. I don't like that. I'm in the Haunted Forest. I feel like a potion of destiny. I feel like it's time for the potion of destiny. This guy's only worth 3 experience, though. And he doesn't look that hard. I'm gonna try it. Good hit. Bad hit. I don't like it. Good hit. We like that. Bad miss. We love that. Good miss. We don't like that. Oh, come on. I can't believe the dice would have the audacity to be random and get me hit. That wasn't really that bad. +1 to speed. Glad I didn't flee from that fight. Dude, that's awesome. My defense is going way up. Forgotten Well. Again, I love the artwork too. In the center of a clearing lies a weather-worn well. Did you do that iteration on purpose? A weather-worn well? Its once pristine stone walls, now covered in vines and moss. You approach cautiously. As you reach the edge of the well, you hesitate. The water looks dark and murky, making it difficult to determine whether it is safe to drink or not. So let's try it. Maybe it's not safe, but glug glug. You just randomly drink ditch water. I'm thinking of 7 Days to Die, a game I play a lot, where if you haven't taken vitamins, then when you drink water, natural water, most of the natural water will can make you sick, and it literally hurts your health to drink. Lich tree. You come across a strange, twisted tree. Its bark appears to be made of dry, leathery flesh. Ugh. And its branches seem to writhe and twist, as if they are alive. The trunk of the tree is adorned with a face, staring down at you with glowing holes where its eyes should be. As you approach the tree, you feel a chill run down your spine. Suddenly, the tree speaks to you in a cold, rasping voice. It offers you a deal. It will grant you power, but only if you allow it to drain your life force. The tree seems to be draining the very essence of life from the area around it, and you can feel yourself growing weaker by the moment. But we gain something, even though we lose health, and I've got a health potion, so I'm going to take a health potion and sacrifice 10 health to gain another speed. It seems like all the events I've seen so far, the game is very clear. It's upfront about what this is going to do, whether it's a random roll or a choice. Like, it isn't playing with you and being like, haha, the tree lied, he's actually going to take 15 health. You know, so. That's not a complaint, by the way. That's just an observation, and with that observation, you might consider maybe every once in a while, if it's not too brutal, throwing in some tricks, maybe a couple tricks. But you'll have to make it to where the trick part is random, so that you could actually just tell them, when you choose this, it'll either do this or that. 50-50 chance, or something like that. Just an idea. Undead fiend. You hear a strange sound echoing through the trees. It's hard to identify, but it almost sounds like the moaning of a soul in pain. I just realized I heard that sound a couple of minutes ago, and it's part of the background music. It sounds like a twig snapping or a branch moving. That's really well done. Now that I heard it a second time, I realized it's part of the background sound. But I was wondering what it was in my room. Okay. It almost sounds like you follow the sound until you come upon a clearing where you see a figure standing in the shadows. The figure steps forward and you see that it was once an elf, but now it's been transformed into an undead fiend. Its skin is gray and decayed. Its eyes glow red with malice, and its fingers end in razor-sharp claws. It lets out a howl that sends chills down your spine, and you realize that you're in grave danger. Grave danger. Sounds like a great name for a band or a video game. Anyway. +7 to attack. Doggone you! I'm trying to build my defense up so you can't hit me. It only does 2 damage. I'm not afraid at all. This thing will take it forever to kill you. And if you had the class that has damage reduction, it would only deal 1 per hit. Which would make this thing practically impossible not to beat. Yeah, that was an easy one. Wish I had a better sword though. Is Master Sword around here in this forest somewhere? Oh, I like the forest background too. And you've got even little leaf effects going. That is so cool. I didn't even think about it before either, but you've got effects around the card draw so the player knows. It draws the eye. It's like click here. That was completely intuitive. Knight Captain. You are surprised to find one of Queen Malvina's Black Knights standing in a small clearing waiting for you to arrive. The seasoned knight glances at you with practiced measure, his hand dancing near the hilt of the sword. You'll never catch the rest of the knights, you know. Your efforts are valiant, but you won't stop my queen's destiny. He draws his sword, turning to face you. I do enjoy a challenge. Do you think you might provide one? Hell no, I ain't gonna provide no challenge. Draw your sword. You dirtbag. You don't realize, man, I'm the chosen one. I'm taking my potion of destiny right now. I think I could have beat you anyway, but I'm trying to make sure. Eat cold / hot steel, whichever mine is. Stop hitting me. And as he falls, get a haircut, hippie! 3 defense. Can't do it. My armor's better than plate armor. And I'm still getting hit. Fire sorceress. You come across a woman standing amidst the trees. Her appearance is striking. Her eyes burn with a fiery passion, and she exudes an aura of raw magical power as flames dance across her hands under her complete control. The fire sorceress propositions you. Alright, this is my kind of game. I'm kidding. With an unusual deal. For a price, she claims she can enhance your fighting prowess. What all can you do with my prowess? My prowess is pretty good already, if you know what I mean. Okay. I have a girlfriend. Excuse you. Out of here. I just didn't want the accuracy. Hero's Grave. In the center of a clearing stands a simple headstone, weathered by time and surrounded by wildflowers. It's incredible how an artist can even make a gravestone. Just a thing that elicits such emotion, and intensity. You approach it slowly, feeling a sense of reverence and sadness wash over you. Etched onto the stone is the name of a famous hero who fought against a great evil many years ago. As you read the inscription, the words begin to glow, and you realize that the tombstone is enchanted. It's either trapped, I fumble over the translation, or I activate an ancient blessing. Man, I really don't want to be losing health. Wow, even the potion of destiny couldn't save me from that one. That is crazy. Leaf Elemental. Suddenly you hear a strange rustling sound coming from the bushes ahead. As you cautiously approach, you see a disturbance in the force of the leaves and vines. A shape emerging from the foliage. Foliage? Foliage. I guess that's correct. Your heart races as you behold a monstrous creature made entirely of leaves, plants, and branches standing tall before you. The elemental creature gazes down upon you with malevolence in its eyes. Its form shifts and contorts as if it is alive and constantly changing. Apparently it has teeth as well. Look, it's got teeth. It looks down upon you with malevolence in its eyes. So, it says, Leaf Elemental. I already fought you before in Mega Man, Woodman. Mega Man 2. I already beat you, Woodman. But you're a growing boy. You've been eating your mac and cheese, huh? He's only worth 3 experience and he has a +7 to his attack. I don't think it's worth it for me to fight him. If I can flee. And I did. I saw the Destiny Potion. One more. Healing Priest. Oh, thank goodness. Just when you think things couldn't get any worse, you hear a figure approaching from the shadows. As they step into view, you recognize the gleaming symbol of a healing priest emblazoned on their chest. The priest approaches you with a gentle smile, offering their aid in exchange for a small sum of gold coins. Their healing magic will restore your health, allowing you to continue on your journey with renewed vigor. You readily agree to the returns, eager to hand over the coins unless you just straight refuse it right here. Give me 10 life, please. Thank you, sir. What a noble person that demands gold for their infinite magic power of healing. Anyway, Healing Blossom. As you wander deeper into the forest, you catch a glimmer of hope within the dense foliage. An array of sunlight streaming through the trees, you spot a beautiful flower with delicate petals. This must be the fabled Healing Blossom, said to grant powerful healing abilities to those who dare to approach it. Oh, please do. With cautious steps, you move closer to the flower, marveling at its beauty. That is a pretty flower. It's just a flower. It's a picture of a forest with a flower. That is beautiful. This artwork is fantastic. As you reach out to touch its petals, you feel warmth spreading through your body. A sensation of revitalization and rejuvenation. Then you realize you've been poisoned. I'm kidding. It's either weak, it's at half strength, or grants great healing. 20 to health. Please! Nope, the blossom's weak. I turn it into a piece of gum and chew it. Excuse me. Lost chest. As you make your way through the dense underbrush of the dark haunted forest, you suddenly catch sight of a glint of metal through the trees. Curiosity piqued, you push aside the leaves and vines, revealing a large wooden chest nestled in the heart of a clearing. The chest appears to be old and weathered. Your heart races as you approach the chest, imagining all the treasures that could be hidden within it. It's either trapped, nothing happens, or I draw a treasure card. And there's no choice on things like this but to roll the dice. Good enough. Old Hermit. You come across an old hermit who greets you warmly. The Dark Heart is a powerful entity that resides at the heart of this forest, he begins. It is a being of immense power and malice, but fear not, for I have spent many years studying it, and I am willing to share everything I know with you. The hermit continues to speak of the many dangers that lie within the forest and the various ways to avoid them. He shares his knowledge that may help you in your journey. Am I listening to my Walkman? Not listening. Got my Raycons in. Do I listen to him, or do I fully grasp the lessons? I understand the basics. I kind of have to listen. Actually listen to him. And then it throws a stone elemental at me, but this thing only does 2 damage. It'd have to hit me 11 times. A loud pounding noise stops you in your tracks. Without warning, a massive shape pushes through the trees. Again, a loud pounding noise stops me in my tracks. Without warning, a massive shape. There was warning. A loud pounding noise. A massive shape pushes through the trees. A creature with a body comprised of hard stone and compact dirt, held together by the foulest magics. Dirt magic. The creature emits a loud roar that sounds like an otherworldly wail mixed with the sounds of breaking rocks. Great description. It pushes through the thick trees with ease and rushes straight toward you. How did you find... I have 0 fear. I would have to be the unluckiest man on earth. to lose this fight, and I'm not. Of course, I only gained 2 experience. However, no, I got a bad shield. No bueno. Loot it. Lightning pillars. You suddenly find yourself face to face with several towering pillars of stone, each adorned with a grotesque, pain-racked face. The pillars seem to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and as you approach, you can feel their power coursing through the air. Tesla coils. Without warning, the pillars erupt with a brilliant burst of lightning, crackling and dancing in the air. It's clear that these pillars have been placed here by Queen Malvina, who will stop at nothing to prevent you from reaching the celestial prison. You need to use all of your skills and cunning to navigate past these deadly traps. And by skills and cunning, roll the dice. I take less damage by dodging. Okay. Strange cottage. You notice a faint light shining through the trees up ahead as you come upon a small, quaint cottage nestled among the trees. The cottage appears to be abandoned, yet the golden light from inside casts a warm, inviting glow. You hesitate for a moment, unsure if it's safe to enter such a mysterious structure. It's just an empty cottage that, for some reason, is warmly glowing. Corrupt thieves. You hear rustling in the bushes ahead and draw your weapon. As you step forward, a group of thieves jump out from behind the brush, brandishing their weapons and blocking your path. One of them steps forward, a sly grin spreading across his face. "I think you just stumbled into the wrong place," he says, eyeing you up and down. "Looks like we have ourselves a valuable captive." You assess the situation quickly. Outnumbered and outmatched, you don't stand much of a chance against these thieves. You must escape. They stabbed me a bunch. Too many to fight. Come on, Floss McBoss, hang in there. You hear a deafening roar that echoes through the trees. Your heart races as you quickly rise. It's the sound of a dragon. You peer through the bushes and catch a glimpse of its massive form perched on a nearby cliff, its scales glinting in the sunlight. Its wings are spread wide, and its razor-sharp claws seem to be flexing in anticipation of an attack. No! Wicked Banshee. You walk through the dark and ominous forest, the moon casting flickering shadows on the ground below. You suddenly hear a piercing, blood-curdling scream that echoes through the trees. You freeze, your heart racing as you try to locate the source of the noise. Suddenly, a banshee appears before you, her long hair billowing in the wind. Her eyes glow with a sinister intensity, and her mouth is wide open, producing a scream that sends shivers down your spine. You can feel the power of her voice like a physical force that could damage you simply by hearing it. She fixes her gaze on you, her scream growing louder and more intense as she advances toward you. This could kill me. And it did. Floss McBoss has fallen. That's a shame. Well, there goes the first run in the first test. It seems that my defense was not enough to save me, with a fate of 0. Alright. Well, I'm going to start a new recording, and I will be back.